Welcome to the market Geopolitics. We're going to talk about something most of us probably have maybe tucked away in a drawer somewhere, your passport. But here's the thing, that little booklet is so much more than just a pass for your next vacation. It's actually a key that unlocks the entire world. And you know what? Its power is measured, it's ranked, and yeah, it's even sold. So let me ask you straight up, how powerful is your passport? And I'm not talking about the cool stamps you've collected. I mean, what's its actual power, its real-world clout? Have you ever thought about where it stacks up against all the others out there? Right. So it really all boils down to one thing, a question of access. The true value of a passport isn't the ink and paper, it's the freedom it gives you, the sheer freedom to move around the planet. And, it doesn't matter one bit what color it is, blue, burgundy, green, totally irrelevant. What really matters is one simple number. How many doors can it open for you? How many countries can you just waltz into, no questions asked, without having to fill out a mountain of paperwork for a visa? That single number, well, that's its power. And of course, because we live in a world that loves to rank absolutely everything, you guessed it, there's an official index for this. And it's not just any list, it's considered the gold standard. It's called the Henley Passport Index. And its mission is pretty simple, really. It ranks all the world's passports based on that one single, all-important metric. How many places can you go without needing a visa in advance? And trust me, they're not shy about their position. They call themselves, and I'm quoting here, the original authoritative ranking of all the world's passports. And for a long time, they've been the go-to source for pretty much everyone, governments, journalists, you name it, to figure out who can go where.
Okay, so how do they actually come up with these rankings? You might think it's all complicated, but it's not about opinions or politics. It's actually a pretty straightforward process that's all about the data.
It breaks down into 3 simple steps. First, they get their hands on exclusive data from IATA. That's the International Air Transport Association. Think of them as having the master list of all global travel rules. Then, step 2, they just count. They count up every single destination you can get into without a visa. And finally, step 3, they rank them. The more visa-free destinations you have, the higher your score, the more powerful your passport. Simple as that. Okay, but here's where the story takes a really fascinating turn. This whole ranking, it isn't just for fun or for some academic paper. Nope, it actually feels a massive, multi-billion-dollar market. Yeah, so you might think this is for curious travelers like us, just to see where we stand before booking a flight. But that's not really who this is for. The main audience for this index, well, they have a much bigger stake in these numbers. Which leads us to the big question, right? Who is actually putting this whole thing together, and why? What's their endgame here? The company behind the index is called Henley Partners. And get this, their main business isn't analyzing data. They're a global firm, and they specialize in something called residency and citizenship by investment. So let's just connect the dots here, because this is the whole point. The very same company that creates the definitive ranking of how powerful a passport is also in the business of helping their clients get new passports. They help wealthy individuals buy into new citizenships. And that is the citizenship by investment market, a market where your passport isn't just an ID, it's a product. Once you understand that connection, you start to see the world a little differently, don't you? It brings up some really big questions about what's fair, what nationality even means, and whether this is creating a whole new kind of global divide. So suddenly, the Henley Passport Index isn't just a leaderboard. It's a prospectus, like a brochure for an investment. It's basically a shopping catalog for the global elite, laying out exactly which citizenships will give them the best bang for their buck when it comes to freedom of movement. And that changes the whole game. See, for most of us, a passport is all about identity. It says this is who I am, this is where I'm from. But in this marketplace, it's also a tradable asset. It's a commodity that represents a certain tier of global access, a level of freedom that, well, if you've got the cash, you can just go out and buy. Which leaves us with this final, pretty heavy question. As the gap between the most powerful passports and the least powerful ones just keeps getting wider, are we literally watching global mobility, the basic freedom to move around the world, turn into the ultimate luxury good? It's definitely something to think about the next time you open up that passport of yours.